Grand Rising, everybody. How's everyone doing? Malcolm. Malcolm. Malcolm in the middle wasn't going to go live today, was he? But he is. He is. I was going to wait till Monday. But we're sitting on some information. I just wanted to see how everyone's doing and let people know what's kind of going on. What's cooking. Riders of the Storm. That's right. Solar storms, solar flares are kicking up. And it is cooking our night side right now. We are hot in the griddle, getting tossed and turned, throwing the onions, throwing the bacon. We're getting scrambled, right? And I just want to let everyone know that. And I'm saying this from really deep, kind respect and love for someone who's going through it, okay? Um, right now, victim consciousness. A lot of this old 3D, 4D, shadow side, night side programming is getting obliterated and washed out with the solar storms, right? And it's not going easy. A lot of it is going kicking and screaming right now. Okay. So if you're feeling this, if you haven't, worked through the polarity and you haven't integrated these aspects, right? Like it will come up kicking and screaming. We are going through kind of like a shadow side elevation right now on many different levels. If you are going through this and you are feeling it, just really quadruple down on the kindness, quadruple down on the self-respect, quadruple down on respecting other people and being kind to other people too, while we work through the polarities and we integrate. Okay. The solar flare that hit, hit us hard. I myself am having to watch the sun now because normally I'm pretty dialed in to where I can hear the solar flares and I can hear the solar storms, and it's normally like a bell ring or like a solar thread that's like, oh, it awakens, and then the solar kings wake up, the solar guardians wake up, and we know. This flashpoint awareness, it almost came through to kind of mess up our systems a little bit and to scramble things. It definitely scrambled me, and I know it's scrambling a lot of people, right? Especially those that are in that, like, that are working through all that third and fourth dimensional polarity on the night side with our own internal programming, right? There's a lot shifting. Our bodies are processing a lot right now. Liver has been a big one. Adrenal functioning has been a big one too, guys. For someone who's a coffee lover, right? Like even myself, my universe is like, you got to stop drinking coffee right now because your adrenals cannot process this much stuff. And so really being mindful of that right now. There is these flashpoints of triggers that are kicking off, and we don't know when they're coming, when they're going to hit, obviously, right? Because it's helping to redirect ourselves to a peaceful place within ourselves. So as we're going through that ignition point awareness through this weekend, guys, especially with how like energetically aware it is and the depth of all this Piscean energy, just take your time and process. There's a lot of solar goddess archetype that's awakening within some of us right now. And to get this solar goddess online, it requires us to work through a lot of polarity, to shift out a lot of timelines, a lot of density, and to just keep going, guys. I'm rooting you on, right? I'm sitting here, I'm rooting on all of us that are going through this right now. They're like, come on, let's get the goddess online in the suit. Let's get the goddess online in the body. Even if you're a male, right? We're getting the goddess online in the body, okay? As a result, here's the thing, okay? If you're working out your third and fourth dimensional lower selves or lower versions and you're still working through all of that programming in the body, I want to remind you, if people leave you, okay, they are not abandoning you. They're giving you space to work through your polarity, okay? Common. There is a lot of people right now that don't want to exist in those third and fourth dimensional constructs with us while we're working through that polarity, right? So if people disengage and they just kind of back off for a little while and you're just got to work through your stuff, just work through it. I promise you we're going to get through it, guys. I promise you we're going to get through it, right? We agreed at some level to work through some really nasty stuff and to integrate, right? To integrate. So like, do what you can to be really soft and kind, right? Really soft and kind, especially if you embody certain archetypes within the collective range, okay? So some of us are like, kinship or forerunner, right? For certain groups, certain archetypal functioning, right? Oh, thank you. Different archetypal functioning, different versions, different collective groups we embody, and as a result we have to shift and dance through a lot of stuff and move through a lot more, and so it might feel a little bit more intense, myself included. Do what you can when these surges of energy come through to work with it in such a process of transmutation that it holds peace, that it's not projected on other people, and that you're kind and soft with yourself. Okay, as we are shifting out the density on the night side, or the dark matter, or the distortion, or the program, right? Because we can see this have an etheric or a quantum effect on the physical body structure, right? However you want to look at it, whether it's a program, whether it's a phase, whether it's an emotion, whether you're actually seeing it as this version of you, right? It all coincides with the one. It all is the one. And it's just really being mindful that right now, that when that aggression hits, or the emotions, or you feel the instability, or you feel the wobble, to just do what you can to stabilize, and to just stabilize back into the heart. Okay, myself included, it's been a big one to and kind of a challenge, and props to everyone out there that's holding a huge amount of peace and love, because the disruption of these programs and what's initiating and fueling within the body, and for the male body in male form, I'll state this, that's in that third and fourth dimension, it's pummeling on us, and it can feel almost abusive, right? It can feel almost abusive, but it is to the point where we are shifting out a lot of that abuse. We're shifting out a lot of that programming, and stabilizing what this new version of the dude and the new man is from within us. And a lot of this is that we're trying to get the goddess online, but there's a lot of polarity and a lot of resistance we have to work through, even myself included. I can feel the density on my feminine side that's like still those versions of me that are trying to keep the feminine suppressed. And it's like, and that's the thing, is that feminine suppression within the suit is what we have to look at. Why aren't we allowing the solar goddess to come online, right? Why aren't we letting our solar light come online? Where are we still suppressing that, right? And even in the male form, this one, like, as much as we might be proponents of this and proponents of awakening the feminine, there might be something still shadow side on us that's holding that and suppressing that down. Guys, the goddess is going to come online in the suit. If you're a dude and you don't want to go through this, I'm sorry, but it's going to awaken within all of us, and we've got to just accept it, right? And who knows where it comes from within the storyline, or where the timeline goes, or where the pathway, but it's important right now, right? So there is this like solar rishik component that's coming through with the solar rishi, right? And really very much so focusing on, you know, the original creator of our soul and our original creations, and really being mindful of how quickly we're creating right now as well. Okay, so if you feel like you want to just go fight people for no reason, or you're feeling super angry, or you're feeling like you're abused or you're abusive, right? Kindness, guys, kindness. Call someone, call a friend, talk to someone who's gonna help you to shift through that, right? Because myself included, you know, yesterday was a big one, was a big shift, a big monumental shift, and I can tell that these transformations that are occurring right now are gigantic for how massive they feel within the body and how disruptive they are on us. So it's really important for us to just really do what we can to stay kind and loving through this weekend, right? We're navigating some really huge shifts and some really sensitive astrology. So you take this really sensitive astrology that's just very like emotional, very emotional, and then you throw in some solar dragons coming in and, you know, activate our plasma and our magma from within, and our lava tubes are like shaking and igniting. Just note that the intensity can be felt, you know. And then the thing is as we're closing out the drama and trauma cycles in our own lives, right? Find peace, purity, loving, and kindness from within that space. Note that you are shifting out polarity, you're shifting out density, and once it's done, it's done. We're going to move through this. Keep the light on at the end of the tunnel, right? What is your hope, right? Stay in your grace, stay in your kindness, right? Because it can feel intense. We're due for a KP6 on Monday, right? And I was just told, like, this weekend, right? Just fucking turn on a movie, kick back, get the child in the suit, right? Activate the inner child and just be with the inner child while it goes through, right? And if you can communicate to your loved ones and to others, say, hey, you know, we don't want to, you know, maximize or dramatize an experience, right? Especially as we're dealing with the drama and trauma of the collective, and we're dealing with that in the masculine archetype, and awakening, you know, getting rid of this feminine suppression crap, so we can get the goddess fully online for those of us that are at this level of embodiment. Because there's other men that have this embodied and they're chilling, they're good, but there's some of us that are working through some more polarity, that have some night side stuff going on, and maybe night side within our own relationships, right? So our shadows might not be getting along, right? And interdimensionally can be felt, right? Especially with all this Mars, the Mars and Venus stuff, right? Is like, it's very much so that masculine and feminine, the debate, the war, the ugliness, you know, and all of that programming, it served a role in the lower trajectories, but we're aware. We are aware. We are aware of how nasty and BS it is. Okay. So as a result, if you feel those flare ups, right, you know, just know we're getting cooked right now. Like, I woke up this morning, I was like, fuck. Nights I got cooked last night. It's like, thank you. Right. Like, we're ready for it, but we can feel it. Right. So, like, this is where we start diving into, guys, riders of the storm. Right. When those solar flares hit, grab the boogie board, right? Grab the boogie board, grab the surfboard, and just ride the cosmic wave, right? And do what you can to stabilize and to not play into that. You're not a victim of the energetics, right? You're an energetically aware being who is increasing its light quotient in every now moment, and as a result, feeling states can feel more intense, especially as things are amplified, right? So we're in the realms of all watery emotion, right? A lot of water coming up for us. So as we're in the realm of that depth of emotion, then we're also seeing that this fire of the sun and all these solar flares coming up, it could make us feel like we're going a little berserk. We're losing our mind. You know, you're losing your mind to find your soul, guys, right? So just allow yourself to find what you can to shift it out. Get out and exercise, right? Get the body moving. You know, for myself too, it's like engaging with new things. If I'm feeling the anger and aggression, don't hold on to it. Let it go. No one cares. What? No one cares. People do care, right? But we don't want to fuel into that stuff. We want to shift it out as quick as possible. Do what you can to like get into your soft kindness, turn on a good movie, listen to something that's really inspiring and uplifting for you. Don't sit in the anger, don't sit in the rage. It is the propensity for a lot of these energetics to just kind of sit within it and to just be with it, right? Like, to be with it and to engage with it, right? Because at some level it might be gifting us something, especially if you're like a low-key adrenaline junkie, right? Then let's look at what the adrenals do, right? So it's good to note this right now, and if you have, you know, if you have people in your life and you're able to really hold that big old heart open, yeah, hold space while that goes down, right? Because our shadow side's getting elevated right now. And once again, like I said, some of those polarities don't want to go up. They don't. So they're kind of going, kicking and screaming. And as a result, there's people that are like, I don't want to play in those realms anymore. I'm going up. See you guys in 5D. I'm going to go in paradise, right? And you're like, all right, you go to paradise. I'll sit down here and oh, welcome to the jungle. Just work with the jungle, you know? So just note that, guys. Note that. Either way, right? I know for myself, I'm finding more value and honor in the energetics of love, and for the people that can hold space to let us go through this and aren't just gonna freaking, you know, X, Y, or Z. So just note, you know, this can cause collective shakeups. It can cause things going on in the world. Even I was told today, don't go out today. Just ride out the weekend. Ride out the weekend. We're gonna be through this soon, right? It can feel intense for some of us that are really that have those connection points, those internal connection points, and are still working through dissolving and repairing all of that old polarity and old density in the third and fourth dimensional rooms and within those floors, right? You know, I know those of us that are in, you know, the god and goddess ranges, that have certain archetypes or architecture that belong to the realms of the god and goddess. Some of us are going through it a little bit more than others, right? It's going to be different for every single individual. Some of you might be having the most peaceful, brilliant, imaginative, dreamy, floaty time, and some of us are getting our butts whooped a little bit, right? Because we're here to transcend all this density and to really get into what that, like, those newer foundations are, those 5D realms, right? And so we could see it as programming, we could see it as physical body's density, we could see it as a timeline, we could see it as a pathway, we could see it as a reality stream, we could, you know, we have so many different visions and versions of being able to view this stuff at the the very smallest minute level, there is a physical bodies component to this. So we're looking at physical bodies programming, but then also seeing us as the multidimensional base station, it does have a quantum effect in those other realms, right? And we're trying to end the division and bring things back into a place of peace, right? And I want to let you know solidarity is okay. You can find enlightenment and wisdom within solidarity, just like the Hermit card, right? But it really is about being kind with yourself. It's really about how we can practice that gentleness, especially when the anger and the rage starts to come up, right? And especially when those programs get triggered off. Let's also be mindful too, solar flares, magnetism. When the magnetics flip, our minds go. Okay, so we're already like we're already kind of set up right now in the energetics to not be able to think a whole lot, right? And then on top of that, to have a solar flare come in, it literally is mind scramble, right? So if the mind can't focus or you can't do anything, it's all good. Just relax. Just just note it's okay. When we lose mind, when we lose the linearity, we dive into the quantum. When we dive into the quantum, we flow with it, but it can feel strange, right? So yeah, no longer starts to shake it out. There we go. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, it's shaking a lot. This is last night's energy and yesterday was very disruptive on the body and disruptive on the mentality, right? And as a result, it can feel like where'd this come from? And something sideswipes you. Well, that's the magnets flipping. And when the magnets flip and we go through that, we're migrating a new trajectory. We lose the mind. We lose old programming, right? We shift out density. We shift out a lot of suppression. And as a result, the body can feel it a little bit more intensely than others, especially if you are, really connected to the solar rays, or you're really connected to Gaia, or you're connected to collective groups. you know um I know the stuff that we're shifting out, I can tell when it's not just personal, when it's collective, because it's like way more amplified and magnified and a lot more intense than normal, right? Just be really kind to yourself, be kind to yourself, so we don't play into it, but we also allow it to ride through the body the best that we can, right? So if we have resistance to wanting to shift it out, you can feel it in the body will tense up, right? The body will tense up, and when the body tenses up, it's just like no, and it's like right now there are things that are going that are kicking and screaming, right? And this could be felt within your body, and this is where we have to open up, relax, and allow the solar flow to do what it's going to do, right? Solar flow, solar angelics, right? The fiery ones, the Christ consciousness, it's awakening within all of us. But if we still have timelines, programs, or anything from within us that's still holding, or it's suppressing, or it wants to keep those stories alive, once again, it's going to hold on. So doing what you can to get the body to relax. Magnesium, lots of magnesium, get the body to open up, turn on that soft music, right? Allow it to flow through you, right? Allow it to flow through you, because it's a lot, right? The other thing too is I'm hearing this key signature, and this is important. What is your key signature? Hope, love, friendship, family. Start tuning into what that baseline is that you're trying to embody here and now, right? So if it's the solar logos, if it's freedom, if it's love, if it's the essence, the original creator of your soul, right? Whatever it is that key signature it is that you're trying to land in, start working with that energetics. Is it peace? Is it hope? Is it liberation? Is it unity, right? What is it, right? Is it power? Right, because it really does. Everyone's different, but a lot of this right now is we have to be mindful that as the energetics are coming in and we're knocking off this polarity, we're knocking off this density, and we're going through these magnet shifts and these solar flares, right? And then everything with the astrology, that if things come in and just kind of disrupt and shake you up, right? Just this is a part of that universal redirection and flow. Okay, all right, something triggered off, right? All right, let's not cry over spilt milk. What do we got to do here to ship this out, right? Stepping into that solution, stepping into the solution energy of the masculine energetic is really going to help, right? Because there is some levels of the masculine distortion and the masculine programming that will kick up, and it's like, no, I want, F you, I want to fight you, I want to prove that I'm right? All the ego stuff. It's like, it's literally, how can we get this thing into the freaking heart, and doing what we can. It might feel like it's extra effort for some of us, right? To get back into that hard place, to get back into that silly laughter and joy, right? And it might even feel like fingernails on a chalkboard to try to get into the silly joy, right? I invite you to awaken to a new level of you discovering what you can do to shift out your programming and to really come back to that internal structure that is really balanced and loving and kind. Yeah, see, for me, it's a shift into harmony and happiness. Yep. Facing much resistance. There's a lot of internal resistance and a lot of internal conflict that needs to get settled, right? And you know, even myself, there's been quite a few moments where I'm like, I do not want to be projecting this. I don't want to be going through this in the personal relationships. But that's what we have to look at. That's a very key point. Why don't you want to be feeling what you're feeling? Why don't you want to be going through what you're going through, right? What are you calling forward as an experience that's gifting you the opportunity right now to shift this polarity out, to shift this density, and to discover who you truly are, right? You know, a lot of it, some people are flying right now, some people are in the chrysalis, right? Remember, when you're in the chrysalis and the caterpillar is all juicy, right? It's just all juice and the wings aren't out yet. Don't shame, blame, or judge yourself for not flying yet, right? We're still moving through a lot. There is a new level of light quotient and a lot of new access points and new availability on the grids in our internal systems, right? And to get our bodies online and firing at all cylinders and feeling happy and safe and enjoying, some of us, it might be a little bit more work and a little bit more process, right? So if you find your life is super easy and everyone else is way more difficult, or your life is way more difficult and everyone's life is easier right now, you know, just honor, bless it, you know, thank you, right? Let's not try to pull people into suffering. Let's not try to, like, you know, no, it's just like, all right, I'm working through my density and my polarity right now. If they want to come in and hold space or whatever, or invite in love, cool. But you know, just note that, right? Note that the energetics right now, how things are going on, they can be pretty disruptive. And we're all, like, I say we're all, right? But like my people, we're getting that, like, all right, the weekend, we're shutting off the phones, we're turning on a good silly movie, we're gonna relax, we're gonna get some snacks and just chill. We're going to dance when we're going to dance. We're going to do push-ups when we're going to do push-ups. We're going to run and jog, scream, kick, do whatever we got to do to move through it. It might be easy. It might be an easy solar ride, but we do know there's a report of a KP6 hitting on Monday. And when those KP6s hit, we're either knocked out, right? So we're either knocked out and we're asleep. We're either Kentucky Fried Chicken on the inside, extra charboiled, extra crispy, or we go through the mental stuff, right? And yesterday was very mentally focused, and a lot of sacred rage and a lot of that stuff kind of coming up, right? So just wanted to be mindful, wanted to share that with people. How's everyone doing? How's everyone going, right? I think we're all too coming at a greater level of awareness of how quick creations are coming in, how fast things are creating in our lives. Even myself, I'm looking at my tarot deck and I'm like, do I want to do a reading for the weekend? And I'm like, I don't know, because I toss cards and literally within 2 hours, everything in the cards is coming down. And it's like, am I predicting this or am I creating it? Depends upon your perspective. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to create this anymore, because the energies right now, a lot of it has been transforming our own drama and trauma so we can come into a place of peace and clarity. At least that's what's been going on over here. A lot of freeing ourselves from certain trajectories, freeing ourselves from 3D and 4D realms, freeing ourselves from the stuckness, getting out of the spider webs, getting out of the cobwebs, right? A lot of quantum entanglement stuff. Right? So as we're untangling from all that stuff, right? Just note, just keep shifting, just keep shifting, just keep shifting, just keep shifting. Like, we're all good. And I feel like that's a good highlighted awareness point, guys, is as you're going through these disruptions, like, all's good, man. We're all good. We're all good. Just going through, yeah, Flight of the Bumblebee. You know, it's just like, and it's all good, right? It's all good. We're all good, right? Everyone's good. Everyone's good over here. Everyone's good. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, and it's like, you know, a lot of this is the pressure test, guys. Pressure test. Like, how much, you know, can you hold your highest state of consciousness, right? Especially depending upon where you're at in the level of initiations, right? Can you hold your highest no matter what? Can you bring everything back to peace? Can you return everything back to love? Are you going to take your power out? Are you going to take your power back? It depends upon what you're being initiated to in your own life cycle, right? So if you're like, oh, I'm coming into kindness and softness, it's like, all right, well, let's just throw it on you. Can you be kind, right? If you're pulling your power out, right? Can you pull your power out in a way where it's balanced, right? Are you playing with the inner child? Okay, if this is going on, boom, can we get the child online in the suit? Can you actually take care of the child? Are you trying to support the physical body's process? Okay, can you support this, right? It really is about initiating what track you're on and what pathway you're on for your soul's evolution and for your physical body's evolution too, through the process of awakening and ascension, okay? So, like, when it comes down to tests and initiations, it's not streamlined over just like one thing. It really is about what we are up leveling into, what we are walking into within the body. Okay. So then that's going to show us a little bit of what's going on, right? So if we're taking our power out, but we're trying to find peace and kindness, right? Then it might be a little bit different of an initiation sequence than for other people, right? But as these initiations are going on, right, just note like, okay, pop quiz, right? We're clearing out some density, right? We're completing some cycles. The drama and trauma is leaving our body as a result, right? Don't enact with it. Don't engage with it. Be kind, be friendly. Call a friend, call your support system. Don't have a support system. This is when we start getting down and going, okay, we really need to start connecting with more people and building that support network and those support systems that are really going to allow us to expand and allow us to be who we are, that are going to love us unconditionally, right? But right now, very much so focused over here on getting this solar goddess online in the body, right? And doing what we can to allow all the storylines and all the neglect and guilt and shame and all this stuff to just kind of get off of here, so we can get this solar deity online in the body more and more and more. Okay, so quick little update, even though it's 26 minutes, quick little update of what's been going down. It appears like it's going to be a smooth sailing day, but I know what's been going on with the energetics and with the pole shifts and the realignment of realities, and it's just kind of like, we don't want to bolo, right? We don't want to be on the lookout like, when's it gonna come? But if there's a poopy tasting waffle that gets thrown in your lap, just disregard it. It's a part of transmutation. It's part of alchemy. Let it go, and just know that we got to go through the yucky to get to the yummy, right? And that's, I think, such a key theme right now through this, is we have to go through the yucky to get to the yummy. There's something that I saw, I don't even feel like mentioning that. There's something I saw with Vedic astrology that's going on too, that I don't really want to mention because I'm not like attuned or aware of it, but it made sense with kind of what's going on with like the shadow creations and the unconsciousness within the collective that's coming up, right? So there is very much so a focus on this collective shadow that we're moving through and how intense it's been, right? And this collective shadow, it really is like it's about knowing that you are light through this, guys. Because here's the thing. I've had even a few moments, I always bounce back to what's going on personally, because that's my best way of relaying what's going on and relating to other people. So please take what resonates and leave the rest at home, right? Always use your discernment, have a healthy level of discernment. But a part of this that I want to share about myself is I've had a few moments, where I know I am light. Like, I know I am the light. I know I'm the light. I know I'm the light, but the stuff I'm shifting out, man, oh boy, it's like the turdiest of the turdy and the nightiest of the nighty that's coming through, and I'm like, yo, kid, you're light, you're solar sunshine, right? Like, don't get caught in the polarities. Don't get caught in the polarities. Allow them to shift and to transmute properly. And don't worry while your night side is working out whatever it is, right? Because it's just negative ego crap. It's just karma. It will shift. You will get it done with. And when you're done, you're going to be shining brighter than you have before, right? The deeper we plunge, the higher we go. But we don't have to play in those depths. Remind yourself you're light. Remind yourself it's safe to feel. Remind yourself that it's okay being right where you're at right now. Okay, we're feeling beings in a body, and we're clearing a lot of parallel realities, a lot of existences, a lot of multidimensional trauma, a lot of warfare, a lot of our shadow sides going through some stuff, right? Just allow it to elevate. You will pop through the other side, and it's just a part of birthing, right? It's a part of alchemy. Don't try to claim to be a diamond when you're still a charcoal getting in the making, right? And that's okay. You are a diamond. You might be a diamond in the rough. You might be going through your alchemical process. It's all good. Yeah, shake it off. Yeah, so same here with dark dreams. It's been getting weird, right? Like, it's been getting weird. Guys, it's all good. Back to, this is what I did last night for myself. I got out my, I've been writing myself permission slips, right? Because, like, if you'll know, right? You'll know if you're a galactic officer, you're a hall monitor, right? Write out permission slips, right? Give yourself a permission slip. I've been doing this using the power of my magic. I took out a piece of paper and I was like, and I gave myself a permission slip and I put it under my pillow, right? And through the day, write yourself permission slips. You know what? I'm gonna have a great day, and write it down. Think about the power of your magic when you're light grounding, right? Onto a piece of paper. More than just speaking that spell into existence. Get in the heart. grounded in, bam, you know what, we're gonna have a good day, you know, I'm gonna flow with this shift, you know, I surrender across all time, space, time, across all dimensions, seen and unseen. I'm inviting peace to all versions and aspects of myself in all realms. You know, I myself have to give myself permission slips, right? And it helped. Like last night, I was like, you know, here's this. I'm writing myself a permission slip. I'm safe in my dreams, and my dreams are loving, right? Signed Corey, and I signed a few other people's names, right? Because they agreed to it, you know. And it just says like they're just co-signing that it's okay to be in my love and to have fun, right? And so yeah, writing myself permission slips to be able to like have a good day, to be able to relax, to not be angry, to allow the passion and the fire to burn into another direction, right? I was talking about yesterday too in the quick little snippet video that I did about moving through realities. Okay. So yeah, we're getting rid of like, so there's this whole destroyer key that's been coming up with the men, right? And what it is to be a creator man. So as we're deconstructing the realities from the body, do what you can to fuel that into some form of creation in the physical body, whether it's stretching, yoga, dance. For me, it's organizing, right? So it's like, it's getting in my rig and it's just like super OCD cleaning, like cleaning up energy, cleaning up the floors, like toothbrush, you know, like grabbing little pieces of dirt, almost like feeling like a tweaker some days, and being an ex-tweaker, you know what I mean. No more shard surfing, guys, don't do that. Solar surf anyways. You should solar surf, don't shard surf. If you know, you know. All right. So anyways, I'm just being silly. But like I've been focusing that on like, you know, cleaning and reorganizing and things like that. And I recognize that as I'm moving through realities in the body, that the physical body's movement of construction and self-love within my own container helps. Right. And so like, just note that, right? Just note that. If you've got any anxiety, separation anxiety, abandonment, things like that, right? Yeah, in the ground, just like you know, just note like if people are separating off, it's okay. Like send them away with love, you know, because here's the thing is when I was going through what I was going through yesterday, I'm surprised that people are still talking to me right now, because I don't get like that, but it was pretty abrasive. It was pretty abrasive, and I knew there's something collective and shadow side that's going on, and it's okay, right? Sometimes we can be a walking paradox, and it's okay, you know. Welcome to 3D. Welcome to Earth School, where it can be pretty paradoxical at times. All right, we're gonna give a little weekend update. Should I? Oh, see, look, there we go. The sun letting us know, guys. That which is not pure shall crumble, right? So solar logos kicking off right now. Solar streams. Right, a lot of soul light coming in and repairing, and just be kind, guys. Be kind. So there's a lot going on. But we're gonna be okay. Remember, like, that's been the biggest thing for myself too, has been being like, it's okay, and people being like, hey, by the way, we're cool. Like, I know you're freaking the heck out over there, but like, you're cool, right? You're cool. Oh, heck yeah. One layer of onion being peeled away at a time. And some of these onions. Oh, God. Some of these onions. 1, 2. All right, let's see if I can cut this on my leg. We're gonna cut. Weekend update for the collective. Sunshine. Hey, look at that. Happiness is here. All right. Look. Happy dragon dudes doing their thing. Cool. All right, good. Rainbow Bridge opening up for Dragon Papa. Good to know. God, I was like, please. Yeah, guys. Yeah, you know, healing and awakening, right? Shifting out all the judgment, right? This can come through as a judgment day. Either way, you know, we are going through this universal expansion, universal expression of dissolving the judgment, dissolving the polarity, right? And also knowing that this is a time for healing. Either way, you know, it's good to know that these father lines, that the grounded father is finding happiness within its newness, within this expression. For some of us, this might be rainbow bridges opening up, and our rainbow bridge DNA coming online for the masculine, which is good. With the star and judgment, we are seeing a healing of judgment in those polarities. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. Here we go. Remember, victorious. I'm so happy with this reading right now. Thank you, because I was like, oh God, if we start pulling out 10 of swords and shit, I know how my weekend's gonna be. All right. So yeah, new passion, walking victorious in this new spark of creation and this new version of ourselves, right? So Ace of Wands, there's that Lingam energy, there's that Lingam magic coming online. Either way, you know, for the weekend, we are seeing that things are lightening up, right? So the rainbow bridge is here, right? Dudes are coming online. We're going to be in our happiness and our balance. But as a result, there's some judgment that needs to shift, right? So here's the biggest thing is like when this level of love and happiness hits the masculine archetype, of course, all the shame, blame, and judgment is going to be shifted out because we've experienced the expression of all this really beautiful rainbow light, this really happy celebratory energy, and then it pushes forward our crap. Either way, we just need to stay in our passion, stay in our love, stay in our magic, and know that we are walking victorious. And what is initiating this? Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo, naked baby on a horse, right? So our inner child is coming in to save the day. He's riding the chariots of fire, and our inner child's coming in going, blast off! So our inner child is having a lot of fun right now. Oh man, I'm so happy for this reading. I feel like I can relax now because I was like, I don't know if I want to do this reading right now. But it's looking good, guys. It's looking good. It's looking good. And you know, with the star card and the judgment, we're seeing the raw expose of our own internal feminine and awakening all this and dissolving all the judgment of our own feminine as a form of creation, right? So it's interesting. It's like as we are bringing in the happiness and silliness to Father creation, right? We are also having our own feminine creation and the dissolution of the judgment of our own feminine creation, right? That is coming through. So starlight, star bright, first star, see tonight. I wish I wave. I wish I might. Okay. Thank you, God. Thank you, Goddess. So yeah, you know, it looks like just noting that this weekend, like, we're already there. The one thing I like about the 10 of Cups is we are already in that reality of happiness and wellness and well-being and a very abundant future for ourselves and in the masculine archetype. But there is still some things that we need to guide our way through in regards to the awakening process and the dissolution of judgment, right? And the seals that are getting broken, the things that are getting rewritten, the timelines that are shifting, that are the narratives, right? And to remember, guys, we are victorious. Nothing's wrong, right? And I feel like this is such a highlighted focus right now is like the victory card, right? We're celebratory. The mages are walking together. The sages are walking together. We as a unified group, us as a unified council, we're all walking together in this new beginning, in this new magic, this new creative endeavor, this new gift, right? This new gift of magic, this new gift of love, this new spark, right? So we are all walking together within this new spark, right? This unified spark, this unified self, and it is being governed right now by the sun, or it's being decided by the solar rays and by the cosmos, okay? So good. This appears good. So just be mindful today, like of stay in your passion. If things get disruptive, let it get disruptive, right? Don't guilt yourself for don't guilt yourself for being magic. Don't guilt yourself or feel selfish if you need to like take some time out and just kick back and chill. You know, because and that's a big one too. If you are a caregiver of humanity or you've been in service roles at any sort of functioning, right, is I know a big one, you know, with us that work a lot with that, you know, that Chiron energy, that wounded healer energy, is to be like, yo, it's not selfish to kick back and to not engage with the world, right? And how we balance that, you know, and what we can do to take better care of ourselves and then to try to take better care of other people as well, right? Like, we do not have to be defined by the old world mechanics and the old world dynamics of being a healer, right? Is like, we don't have to sacrifice or martyr ourselves, you know. But there are some of us that are a little bit more at the front lines that might be getting a little bit more of our arcs are getting kicked right now, okay? Just note that, right? But make sure you are seeing things from all angles. when it comes to the diamond light awareness and the perception that is coming forward for all of us, it gives us the opportunity to focus at a deeper level what our perspective or what our angle is on the system, on the conditioning, on the functioning, on the biorhythms, on everything that is occurring. So go diamond, guys. Go diamond with this. Which fractal are you working with? What perspective? The wholeness of the diamond, right? Shift the perspective. You can do this, guys. You can do this. Remember that. It's a part of that awareness of our diamond light consciousness and the diamond heart complex. And so working with those energetics, working with the new diamond grids is going to be very, very important right now. Just be that giant glowing disco ball. Be a jungle boogie. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Be that disco ball of light. It's going to help right now, okay? We're returning everything to kindness. We're returning everything to softness. We're returning everything to deep sacred respect. But to move through that takes process, right? And it's an initiation. And you know, we will see, you know, because the universe wants this for us. Can we hold it no matter what? Right? So just keep being the diamond light. Keep being that beautiful thread of gooey, mushy beautifulness. Keep being that warm apple pie. Yeah, that's what was coming through yesterday. I was like, Corey, you're still in the oven. You're not quite ready yet, right? Chill, bro. Angel, straight up, right? Chill. Yeah, that's the thing, is just kick back and relax. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. All right, let it flow. Yes, as the rainbows are visions and only illusions. All right. Cool, guys. Well, I love you. I love you. I wanted to hop on and do a little update. I wasn't going to, but, you know, things change. And the teams come in, they're like, you need to talk about this. I'm like, all right. Cooking up the night side, you know, ride the storm, be the storm, right? And have fun, okay? Let me just let me look. Yeah, ice cream's been on the thing too. My universe is like, you need to go to Baskin Robbins. All right, one day soon. You kicking your own arc? Heck yeah. There we go. Tashe and dabu kono makana. Ta ariata uru ukutku. Tsiri kanturo atabayaki. Cool. All right. Love you guys. Cool. Awesome. Well, I love you guys. We're just gonna kick back and keep doing the do, being the bee, chilling the chill, you know. Get this freaking goddess online in the suit. All right, guys. Cool. We're done here. We're done. And I need to state that, Corey, we're done. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you on Monday. We're gonna take the rest of the weekend off unless it aligns. We're gonna kick back up with, you know, all the weekly signs: earth, air, water, fire on Monday. Tuesdays with Corey is going to be online and better than it ever has been before. We're going to do some sacred ceremony stuff and do some work there. If you guys need anything, reach out, foundersoflight@gmail.com. Also, you can go book a session, foundersoflight.org. We're catching up with readings today for people. So if you booked a reading and you're waiting for the recording, that's coming through today. We're doing a little bit more offline work. So love you guys. We'll be there. We'll be doing that do and being that bee. Go get some ice cream. Go make some cookies. Go hug yourself. Go love up on one another. And guys, if you right now are in connection with anyone who's going through like a really heavy experience, I invite you to give them as much love and to give them a big old hug if you can, right? It's important. So I just want to state that right now to get very serious before we go. Some of the stuff that's moving through is pretty hard to handle for those that are unaware and don't know what's going on, okay? The more love and kindness that you can give those individuals, we're going to help to shift a lot of stuff, especially when the anger and the fear and the fire starts to come out, right? And the sacred rage. Love can help to transmute the polarity of that density very quickly, right? And some of these people don't know self-love, and some of these people haven't mastered that level of self-love within their own body yet and don't know how to do that. So as much love and kindness from other people and from the family and from the support networks will help, okay? I want to remind you of that. Right? There's a lot of people that do not know how to embody this level of power or this level of self-love. Okay? So you know, we all practicing that kindness, that soft hand, that gentle touch can really help someone from really going off the deep end right now, especially as we're going through this shadow integration. All right. So keep those prayers up, keep the lights on, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Love you.